So I've been on YouTube the last few days and I've seen a number of videos about the top 10 Marvel characters or the top 10 Marvel villains, and I thought I'd have a look at the top 10 worst Marvel characters, and I was really surprised by the results. Some of them are ridiculous and funny, and I just wanted to make a video about it to try and share them with you. But I have checked that they're genuine, and they are. I've googled each one and they are legitimate Marvel characters, and that's probably the most shocking part. So I'll go through the list and leave your comments below because I think they're ridiculous. And I was really shocked to see them because you associate Marvel with characters like Thor and Iron Man and also villains like Thanos. So we'll start with number 10. Now, every time I see this, look at it. That's Leatherboy. I'm shocked personally. Maybe you're not, but I was shocked to see this as a Marvel character. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be made into a movie. Could you just imagine like a $200 million budget Leatherboy Marvel movie? And it just says that Leatherboy wasn't in the movies for very long. He just applied for an advert in a classified ad seeking men and women of action. So some of these characters might not have been in the comics for very long at all, and they were just thrown in for levity and fun. Number 9 is 3D Man. Now, the background of this character is quite intricate. It says his name is Charles Handler, and he's an American test pilot who's exposed to a strange radiation that causes 2D image to be imprinted on the lenses of his brother's glasses. So quite an intricate background, but his costume is just awful. It looks really bad. But maybe, again, you don't know the intentions of this type of character. Was it meant to be a serious character or just a bit of fun? But we'll continue. So we've got Hellcow at number 8, and he's a vampire cow, and that's where he got his name Hellcow from. And he partnered with Deadpool to take on Dr. Kilgore, a mad scientist. This is more Deadpool, where it's like fun, levity, perhaps a bit satirical. So this character is more suited to what Marvel were doing. But again, you wouldn't really associate it with someone like Thor or the Incredible Hulk. And this one, Birdbrain, seems to be the most pointless character because it just says that he can fly and has claws. And his real name was Bird Boy. It doesn't say anything more than that. Now, number 6 is Asbestos Lady. And it says, this is a brilliant chemist gone wrong called Victoria Murdoch, who became an asbestos lady after creating fireproof clothing using asbestos. Now, this was obviously before they knew asbestos could lead to respiratory problems, and also I believe it can cause lung cancer. So maybe they wouldn't have called her asbestos lady if they knew that now. So we'll move on to number 5. Now, this is a real science fiction character, something you might see in Star Trek, and maybe this is one of the writers was a fan of something more serious like Star Trek and wanted to include that type of character. But it just says that Ruby Thursday had a malleable red plastic head that could extrude up to 8 tentacles. She can also separate her head from her neck and control both her head and body at the same time. So again, very science fiction based, very serious kind of character that you wouldn't really associate with something like Marvel. So again, you don't really know why these characters were introduced. And number 4 is Dr. Bong, and really the least said the better, because it just says that he had the ability to evolve normal animals into semi-humanoid beings, but he didn't really possess any innate powers. So we won't really delve into much for Dr. Bong. We'll move on quickly. Now, Litterbug was created by Jeff Johns and Sean Martinberg, and he was a mutant who possesses superhuman strength and razor sharp claws, and is basically a giant cockroach. So it seems like quite a powerful character, quite a destructive character, but again, the name's really silly. But it looks quite serious. It looks like they tried to create a serious character with Litterbug. Now this one, Paste Pot Pete, he was adorned in an awful costume and created a paste gun, and his real name was Peter Petruski, later changed his name to the Trapster. But again, he seems quite a very two-dimensional character, not very interesting. And he comes across as quite a boring character, not very interesting, quite two-dimensional. So I can understand why he's number 2. Now, if we go on to number 1, who's the worst Marvel character, it's Hindsight Lad. And all it says is that he would say annoying things like, if only we did it my way. And it says, hindsight is amazing, but it certainly isn't a superpower. So these are the top 10 worst Marvel characters. And I was really surprised to see these. I've checked each one out and they are genuine Marvel characters. But if you have your own worst Marvel character, one that should be on this list, please leave it in the comments below. Or maybe even your favourite Marvel character. But every time I see this, it's just the idea of this being in a Marvel movie. You can just imagine what parents would think if they took their children to watch a Marvel movie and this character, maybe way into the future when society is very different to what it is today, that character might appear in a $1 billion blockbuster movie, but not now, certainly not now. So let me know what you think. And I'll leave a link to this page in the comments below if you want to check out more. But again, if you have your own worst Marvel character, leave it in your comments below. But I was really surprised to see these characters, because I just associate Marvel with Captain America and Thor and Iron Man, and these characters are obviously very, very different. So let me know what you think, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe.